Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's day is an extremely special day because today I have some special tips and tricks for all you guys that will help you guys understand your camera a lot better. It'll help you guys use your camera a lot more effectively when you're out shooting and definitely help you create much better content. So today we're going to talk about 10 GoPro tips that are going to help you get more proficient in your art, in your content creation, in your workflow, and let's get into it. So tip number one has to do with navigating your camera. Now we all know GoPro has a special feature known as presets, which are basically shortcuts for you to film in different modes. For example, cinematic mode or slow motion. This is really amazing, but a lot of times when you're in the field and you're out shooting with your GoPro and you just want to tweak a particular setting within your preset, when you tap on the preset button at the bottom of your screen, it's going to take you to your preset selection menu, which can be really frustrating considering you don't always want to deep dive into 3 layers of menus in order to change one little setting within the preset that you want to film in. So what you can actually do is long press on the preset that you're actually in at the bottom of your screen, hold it down for about 2 to 3 seconds, and your GoPro is going to direct you into the settings menu within that particular preset. This is really helpful once you've already decided what kind of preset you want to use for your shoot, and it also helps you change whatever settings you want on the go without actually diving into your preset menu, selecting your preset, going in and adjusting your Pro Tune. The next setting is with respect to navigating your GoPro yet again. As you guys know, within each preset, GoPro lets you select certain shortcuts that you can have on your screen for you to change those particular settings on the fly. Now, a lot of times you want to change this particular shortcut setting to something else. For example, if I have a stabilization setting on my menu screen, I can toggle it to change the modes of stabilization that the GoPro has. But a lot of times I just don't want to touch the stabilization, and maybe I'm shooting in a bright environment and I want to adjust the exposure compensation. Now, to change that shortcut on my screen, normally what people would do is tap your preset setting, tap on your preset, go into the preset selection menu and choose the shortcut that has to be displayed. Did you know that you can also change your shortcuts on your screen by just long pressing on any particular shortcut? It's going to open up the shortcut menu and let you adjust what you want on your screen and adjust your shortcuts directly on the fly without actually having to dive into any of the menu. I didn't know that you could actually do this, and I too used to jump into my menus, go into 3 layers of menu systems just to change that shortcut icon on my screen. Now, the GoPro 9 is a fantastic vlogging camera, and a lot of times you want to use this camera underwater. Now, when you're underwater, it's extremely difficult to tap on the back screen to change any particular settings and to change your presets because, well, you're in water. So GoPro does have a fantastic feature that they've included. All you gotta do is press your mode button as well as your shutter button at the exact same time, and on your front facing screen you're going to be able to toggle between the different presets on your camera, allowing you to shift the mode that you're actually shooting in. So now we all know GoPros are fantastic to create widescreen content in a 16:9 aspect ratio for platforms such as YouTube. I also do understand that a lot of you GoPro users just want to use your amazing new stable action camera for platforms such as TikTok or Instagram. Now you can do this, but the aspect ratio on those platforms is 9:16. Did you know that you can flip your GoPro around and change the orientation of your screen and lock it like that? There are 2 ways of doing this. You can go into your menu settings. Once you're in your menu settings, go into your preferences, go into display, and once you're in display, you can change the orientation of your GoPro right from there. Another way to actually do this is just by swiping down on your dashboard, clicking on the screen lock and orientation button, flipping your camera to a vertical orientation, swiping back down onto your dashboard, locking your orientation, and your GoPro is going to stay in vertical position continuously, letting you film in a vertical 9:16 aspect ratio for whatever platform you're actually filming on. I've recently started putting up videos on my Instagram, on my IGTV, creating IGTV Reels. So do hit me up and follow me there. But I've been using my GoPros for it, especially the GoPro Max, because of how wide the field of view actually is, and it's absolutely game-changing that you have this feature on this camera. Now, a major reason why you own a GoPro is because of how tiny this camera is and how small it is to actually take with you and film. And it also lets you film extremely discreetly in places where you actually wouldn't be allowed to enter with a full interchangeable lens camera. When people see you walking around with a GoPro, they don't actually say much because they consider it to be a baby camera or something that you just use for documenting your adventures or filming Instagram stories. Something that can get you into a lot of trouble is the loud beeping noise that the GoPro actually produces when you start and stop recording or change any of the settings. And there are 2 ways to actually toggle this sound on your camera. One is by going down to your dashboard, swiping to the left, going to preferences, going to your general settings and adjusting the beep volume between high, medium and low. Another way is to directly switch off this beep volume when you want to film really discreetly. That's by swiping down in your dashboard and hitting the volume icon on the top corner of your dashboard. That's basically going to let you turn off all the sounds that your GoPro actually makes. Now the next tip is for brand new GoPro users. Now if you're absolutely new to filming and you don't know anything about shot composition, about framing up your shots, this tip is actually for you guys. Every time you watch a tutorial on the internet about how you should frame up your shots, you'll hear professional photographers and videographers talking about the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is basically having horizontal and vertical lines on your screen and dividing your screen and your image into 3 different parts. Now we're not going to deep dive into the rule of thirds, but I'm basically going to tell you that you have something that will help you frame up your shot, help you divide your screen into 3 equal parts and let you understand where you want to place your subject. All you got to do is swipe down to your dashboard and you'll have something called grid on or off. What you need to do is turn this on. This is known as the grid lines that you actually have on your camera, so that your screen gets divided into 3 equal parts, and the grid is basically going to help you frame your subject based on the rule of thirds. Now one of the hottest selling features of the Hero 9 Black was the fact that it has more than one screen, more everything basically. It has a front facing screen that lets you frame up your shots and see yourself, especially when you're out vlogging or taking those selfie photographs or using your camera to create content for YouTube or Instagram and be able to see what you're actually looking like. Now, did you know that you can actually change up how the front screen looks? All you gotta do is swipe down to your dashboard and go into the menu that says Screens. There are 4 different customizations that you can make to the front-facing screen. The first one being you can turn it off, and this is gonna help you save a lot of battery life. The next option is to basically be able to give you the status of your camera. It'll show you your frame rate, it'll show you your aspect ratio, it's going to show you your resolution. It's basically going to show you all your camera settings that you're actually filming in. The next option is Actual Screen. Actual Screen will tell you exactly what your camera is seeing. It'll show you the entire image that you're currently filming. It'll not only frame up your face, but it'll also frame up the entire aspect ratio, that's 16:9, that's coming into the frame. And this is what I use the most for vlogging because I like to see exactly what my camera is picking up. And the fourth option is full screen mode, where basically the GoPro is going to zoom in and not show you the entire framing that the camera is actually picking up. It's going to zoom into the center of the frame, which basically means it'll look like this and my face will be all that I'll be able to see, not something I personally use. I think the ability that you have to be able to adjust this front-facing screen is mind-blowing. Now another feature that I want to talk to you about is Quick Capture. Quick Capture is one of GoPro's oldest features and it's also on all the latest cameras. It's something that's here to stay as it's very much in context with what GoPro stands for. Now Quick Capture is really easy to activate. All you got to do is swipe down to your dashboard, hit the rabbit looking icon that they have there and turn it on. This is basically Quick Capture. When you turn off your GoPro with Quick Capture enabled, the moment you're out and you have your GoPro on you see something amazing happening around you, you don't need to turn on your camera, toggle your settings and then hit the shutter button. All you gotta do is hit the shutter button and the GoPro is going to start recording using the exact same settings that you had on the camera when you turned it off. You can also use Quick Capture to capture photographs if you leave your camera in time-lapse mode and you make sure that you're using time-lapse photo and not time-lapse video. You hit the shutter button, you're going to go into time-lapse photo mode, start shooting a bunch of photographs and you can get a bunch of great photos of the moment if you're shooting action and not lose the moment. Now, if you're using a GoPro Hero 9 or you're using any GoPro on the market, you obviously have an SD card for it because that's the only way to record your photos and videos and store them within the camera. What you need to know is there are particular kinds of micro SD cards that you actually need when you're using a GoPro. You cannot just use any micro SD card, they have to be approved by GoPro. So I'm going to link them in the description. Now what you also need to know about SD cards is every time you use an SD card, it's always essential to format your card after you've packed up your footage. Also, if you buy a brand new SD card, the first thing you want to do is insert it into your camera and format this SD card. A lot of times because of compatibility issues, SD cards can get corrupted very easily, which basically leads to you losing all your GoPro footage and pictures almost instantly and losing all your memories and moments that you've actually captured. What you ideally want to do is put in your SD card into your camera, turn on your camera, swipe down to the dashboard, swipe left, go into preferences. Once you're in preferences, scroll all the way down to reset and click format SD card. Your card should ideally be formatted to work with this GoPro in the most efficient manner, and this is something that you want to keep in mind at all times every time you finish filming a project and backing up your data, or every time you get a brand new SD card. Now another fantastic feature that they marketed with the Hero 9 Black was the ability to create a scheduled capture. Now scheduled capture is basically something that you would use when you're out traveling and you want to get a particular kind of shot night or early morning. You want to capture the sunrise but you're just too tired to wake up. That's exactly when I would use this. What you have to know is scheduled capture works in all modes, photo, video and time lapse. I mainly use it for time-lapse mode, but you can use it for absolutely anything. All you gotta do is deep dive into your presets on your photo, video, or time-lapse mode. When you get into your preset, you're gonna basically see the option to toggle on and off schedule capture. You can set a time for schedule capture, and you can just turn off your GoPro. Now, the next time you turn on your GoPro, you're gonna instantly see that there is a blue icon on the top of your screen showing the time that you have actually set for your schedule capture. And your GoPro is automatically gonna wake up at this point and it's gonna start recording on its own. You don't need to wake up. All you gotta do is set up your GoPro on a tripod and your GoPro is gonna do all the work for you. Now, I know you might be concerned about schedule capture. For example, if you're shooting a sunrise and you're asleep, you don't wanna wake up with your camera completely drained on battery and SD card space because it's woken up in the morning and shot the sunrise and continued to shoot to infinity. You can also schedule a particular duration for your schedule capture, 30 minutes up to an hour. It can go all the way up to 2 hours, where your camera will automatically wake up at the time that you've set up for schedule capture, record for the duration that you've set up the camera for, and turn itself off. I think this is a fantastic feature for anyone who's out there making travel content, and you can get fantastic time lapses, fantastic footage of the location that you're at by using this feature, and I absolutely love it. So guys, that's it for today. That was my top 10 GoPro tips and tricks for new users. I hope you enjoyed this. GoPros are one of my favorite cameras. I'm a big fan of them. I use them when I'm out at sea. I also use them when I'm out traveling. I use them to create fantastic time lapses, and I think they're extremely versatile. So there are going to be a lot more tips and tricks videos on this channel for new GoPro users, and there's also going to be new GoPro cameras coming at the end of this year. So definitely stay tuned for more, because there are going to be more reviews, tutorials for you guys out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that subscribe button. Do follow me on Instagram and other social platforms. I am always available if you need to know anything more about your GoPros. Stay tuned for more. I'm Nitin Chawla. See you in the next one. Peace.